When I don't have a daughter, I know me, I pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it, that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, that you go. And I gang, on my own. Get my way up, get my way up, get on go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, that you go. And I gang, on my own. Get my way up, get my way up, get on go.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. But ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. This will be stopped about 2. Marker, 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Getting this into the hands of his tight end, Zach Davidson. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Well, the Rams had a disappointing 1 and 4 as they start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward. Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And this will be taken at the 13. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. So following the hold. Now Lance going to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. From midfield, here's Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that would draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Stevenson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. It looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, looks for White, but it's intercepted.
And the Rams will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because the quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Check it.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Stevenson, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. I'm just impressed he held on to that football. You're coming across the middle on the crossing route like that, absorb that contact.
All we talk about in today's football is trying to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Here we go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right, 60. Field, flat. Cut.
Lance looking to throw it. This one caught by Kittle. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback there for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield, throw a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, Lance. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times you know about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward. And they was trying to make a play, but that time he ends up drawing the flag.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Right, 97. Ball red. 6, 7, 7.
Now Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
On second down, it's Stevenson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Drop 50, drop 50.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Fielded at the 43. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Shot 17. Green back. Black shot. Black ultra.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes the throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 11 now. Lance throws quickly, and he's got George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Lance now on 1st down. And now here is another interception. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick-6 last week. Not a pick-6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Niners force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And some space here. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Down the left to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to try and go deep again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stafford. He finds his man complete. That's Stevenson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. On fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
Okay, ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. This will be caught at Samuel. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle as the first half is winding down. And the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He's got a man, complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And this one is incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And some room to work. There he goes left side. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Right, 60. Rams, cycle.
Now a play fake. Lance. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Niners are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now it's Stafford. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Right.
On 2nd and 10, Lance. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
107 yards for him on the ground now, as he's been terrific here this afternoon.
Watch out now, 50 series.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. And he's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Black shot.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford right back to Atwell. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, L.A. Tutu Atwell, 51 yards. And the Rams get a bit closer. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and taken.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got room. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. McLaughlin for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Niners 28, Rams 7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Stafford. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Play action. Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Stevenson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. From the 27, Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing now is Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Red, yellow.
Shotgun now for Lance. Completes it to Samuel. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
52.
In motion goes the tight end. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And the Niners get there and bring him down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Stafford, he'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
And middle.
Stafford on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at the 20. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Black swap.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 16.
Check, man. Blaster, stay. Ready.
The Lance going to throw. But able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16. But they get the conversion anyway.
Come on, set. Cut.
A handoff. McCaffrey running right. Look at the spin. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Set,
The
ready.
last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ready.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here we go.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Smash, red. Set.
Now Lance. Unable to escape, and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't cover return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peak.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game.